for my first deals in New York, with the main objective to expose people to the black folks, to your point, that are in finance, that are interior designers, that are architects, that are developers, that are people work on the policy side, to show the whole ecosystem of an industry that impacts us every single day. Who built the building we're in?
Right.
Who owns this? Who are the contractors? Who are the designers? Who are the developers? Do we even think about these things? And so I'm very intentional in what I do when it comes to media.
Sure.
So starting, whether it was Cool Runnings or New York Undercover, every time you saw my son kiss me on that show, that was an improv. It wasn't scripted. So it was important to me to show a father, even though I was only 26 years old, with an 11-year-old son. Do that math.
You did the math. You did the math.
Do that math.
Right.
I understood who I was representing. I was representing my brother, who was a 17-year-old father. And so it was important that when the script might have said, JC prepares a TV dinner for G, I'm like, nah, go get real food. We're going to cook in the scene. I'm going to show intelligence. I'm going to even articulate when I speak to my son. Very subtle choices you make as an actor. That when I spoke to my son in those scenes, the way I spoke was not the way I spoke to the people in the street. And so being very, very intentional throughout a career as a storyteller to make sure that we can represent the best and brightest of ourselves, the most interesting. One of the things that my 18-year-old daughter says, she says, black people don't like to see ourselves in all of our forms. And I'm like, baby, yeah, that is true. And so I think it's our job. I think that's the lane that I'm in, especially.
I want to stay here.